How far would you travel to follow your dream? For Kareem El-Ghayesh, the answer was moving 7,000 miles from Cairo, Egypt to Austin, Texas to cook barbecue. This episode features the incredible journey of a man who risked it all to become a barbecue pitmaster. I am Johngiofbuilds, and this is the Outliers KG Barbecue.
Kareem, what's up? Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Let's just have a seat, I guess.
I've been looking forward for this too, John.
This is so cool. And tell me, what does it say above there on the menu?
So over there it says Bilhana wa Shifa, which means bon appetit. And this is the Horus, which is the falcon god. And he's the protector of the kings in Egypt.
You know what I love about all this stuff is it's beautiful, but they look badass.
Exactly.
They're mean, you know what I mean?
Yep.
They got some grit behind them.
Exactly, but I really decided to stick with ancient Egypt.
Yes.
Gods and goddesses, and then on one of our calls on Zoom, he goes you need to put your mustache on the logo.
Yeah,
and I was like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. So we came up with that logo with the mustache and the cowboy hat and the cobra.
I love that.
People love that logo.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yes.
And honestly, only an Egyptian can rock this type of mustache.
Exactly.
You know how much I would kill to have that, dude. And you know what's so hilarious? There's so many similarities that I see to the Wild West and cowboys. You know, I mean, that's like a Doc Holliday mustache.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Mustaches are huge in Egypt.
Yeah.
Men are very proud of their mustaches. It's this thing.
Awesome.
Yeah. There's a saying that if your mustache, you say this guy has a mustache that is strong enough that a falcon can land on it.
That is so intense,
it's wild.
man.
It is wild. Let's check out what we have.
Yeah, let's see. Oh. Oh my God, I want to climb in there with it.
Briskets.
Oh my God. Oh man.
Do you want to open the second door?
Wow, this is beautiful.
Got some lamb shoulders. And then this one is our most spiced meat. This has 7 different spices. So it gets the same rub plus cayenne, paprika, and cumin.
Wow. That is amazing.
Yeah.
We got our Chief Firewood logs plugged for Chief Firewood.
We got our wood from our dear friend Javier at Chief Firewood. Amazing wood. So this is so important to have a good bed of coals so that you can have a good fire. Because these pits are designed to drag air from so the heat travels all the way inside and it's pulled through the smokestack.
Yep.
So this helps drag more air.
Wow.
And it creates airflow. And you see how clean this is now.
Yeah.
It's super clean. You almost don't see any smoke. And that's your goal, actually.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
I thought you just smoked the out of it, you know?
No.
Wow.
You smoke the out of it and then you feel like yeah. So that's really how you see absolutely no smoke. You want a clean burning fire with lots of flame. That's the sign of a good fire. I love cooking. I grew up in my family, my mom, my grandma, my uncles, my father, everybody cooks.
And what kind of things are y'all cooking together? Is there any familiarities with chopping meats and does barbecue exist in Egypt in any sort of way?
Totally, but nothing like this.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of barbecue. It's done so differently all over the world. It's so beautiful. So in Egypt and the Middle East, it's all about skewering, hot coals and kebabs and chops and ground meats, and you just lay everything. It's like your grill is like this.
So it's like direct heat.
Basically, yeah. And you just lay your sword. They call it swords.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's like long swords of skewered meats, and it's just sizzling over the fire. You flip them a couple times, 5 minutes, and it's done.
Everything is so intense in Egypt.
Yeah.
It's like a falcon must land. The swords, everything is
I always say that Egyptians are very dramatic. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that, man. Wow, there's just so much culture all around me. Whoa. I can smell Egyptian flavors.
All right, so I'm
gonna
get you some gloves.
Okay. Wow, this is freaking awesome, dude.
You're trusting John with a lot here.
I know.
I don't do that with anyone.
He's already...
Okay, so we're gonna season a rack of pork ribs.
Okay.
So, like I said, this is we do Middle Eastern spices on here. We do a sriracha slather. Always season the rack, the side that is not the presentation side. Because you want to season the presentation side last, so you don't mess it up.
That's perfection.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
Ah, that feels good.
You should be the one wearing the barbecue freak hat. A little freak. Now we're gonna start with the brisket rub. And gentle shaking back and forth like this.
A little shower.
You get it like a nice even layer. Beautiful.
Look at that. I'm like the.
Beautiful.
It's like the Salt Bay, but I'm coriander. Bay.
Coriander Bay, yeah. Have you ever had fenugreek? Tried
No.
fenugreek? Smell it? Yeah, it is an Indian.
Fennel?
It's an Indian spice. I grew up watching my grandparents boil and drink it as tea, and it has such a great umami. Adds a little bit of umami flavor, and it's this one spice that nobody has any idea what that is, and you can taste it.
Okay, thank you. You too.
Let's go throw it on the smoker.
Let's do it. Huh. Now I'm like restaurant official. Man, I think I'm getting out of construction. I'm full on the restaurant business from now on.
Look at that technique. Oh, he's crying.
God help me. I'm inside. I'm an inside guy.
And I had a career for 5 years working in corporate finance.
Oh, that must have been hell.
It was hell.
Oh.
It was, yeah, I was like, shave every morning and wear.
You had to
yeah,
shave. They
yeah.
stripped you
Yeah.
of your Egyptian
Yeah.
manhood.
Exactly. I went there with my head down every day.
Like, why even go down that path?
I actually went down that path because I wasn't decided what I wanted to do. And I got the advice from my father, which I really appreciated, that he told me that you would make a good businessman. And studying business is a very versatile thing.
Yeah,
you can do business in anything, in any field. And then I was 5 years later, I'm miserable. I mean, it's great for some people. It was not mine. It was not my thing.
You're doing something that you might not feel like invigorated and alive doing, but who would know that the heart of a barbecue business is finance?
Yeah.
That gives you some like security in knowing that like nothing's wasted. Every experience leads you to the next one.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. Even though it was miserable, but I learned so much. Because most chefs actually fail because they don't know their numbers.
And that you couldn't have had a better past,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So obviously, food has always been your passion. Was there ever a point that you wanted to be a chef?
Yeah. Even though it was a wild idea to me, and I faced a lot of talking down from family and friends. Like I'm like 1.5, 2 years in my finance career, I already knew it's not. I wake up every morning and I'm driving and I'm like, what the hell am I doing in my life? Like this is not what I want. And I would find myself extremely distracted. Like when I'm working, my work week, and then I know I'm hosting a party on the weekend. I am totally distracted. I can't think about work. I'm like, I'm gonna go home and this is what I'm gonna start with. I'm gonna go shopping, and then once I'm there, I'm feeling all the connection.
That gives me goosebumps, man. Because that's what life is about. But now I see kind of what's leading up to this. Why do you come to Texas?
All right, John. Now it's time to do some dishes.
I'm gonna go take a break real quick.
All right. Got everything nice and look at that. We got everything nice and clean and filled up, stocked up.
Oh, that mint smells so good. There's so much smells everywhere here. No one watch this at work. You're gonna have a foodgasm.
Let's start by making our rice bowl.
Okay.
First. So rice bowl, it's like our star. So we have a base of our Mediterranean rice. Here, this is cooked in cinnamon and turmeric and butter.
Oh my God.
And
man.
just salt.
That smells just like home.
Now we're gonna chop the brisket. It's gonna go on the bowl. One more, and then turn around your knife and chop it in little bite-sized cubes. Now put all this goodness on the bowl.
Oh my God.
Evenly throughout the bowl. So this is gonna be the base of our brisket rice bowl. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna
Gotta try it,
It's his first day. It's his first day. It's okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build everything, and then we're gonna take it to the sides and garnish it.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So now let's cut a couple of those pork ribs. So I like to flip the rack. Yep, it's gonna go right in the middle. Beautiful. And then cut another one. Amazing. I like to crisscross them. The more beautiful one goes on top, and then the other one just rests right over it.
Oh,
amazing.
God.
That looks so good. Now the lamb bacon.
Just right here.
You want to kind of like do a little sewing motion. Now add the pressure. Now you want to like go in. Yep, that's it. Yep, that's it. So this is our Mediterranean pork sausage that is made with sun-dried tomatoes, green olives, and feta cheese. That looks awesome.
But now I see kind of what's leading up to this. Why do you come to Texas?
10 years ago.
For vacation?
For vacation.
Okay.
To see my uncle in Cincinnati. Like I was posting something on social media and this friend, Egyptian friend living in Austin replied and he was like, you need to come down, I'll show you a good time. And I was like, you know what, yeah, I have some money, let me book a flight. And I came down for just one weekend. And I was like, whoa, like this is amazing. And then we went out, he took me, he was like, I'm gonna take you to a place that's just like classic, classic Texas barbecue. We went inside and the first thing I just like smelled, like I walked in and I smelled that smoky, greasy brisket and I saw it on the cutting board and as the guys are cutting it and I'm like, just like mind blown. I'm like, this looks amazing. And then I learned, I tried it and I loved it. Actually,
so you've never seen like,
no,
they don't have brisket in?
No, brisket in the rest of the world is ground because of how fatty and tough it is. And then I went back to my day job and
oh no!
I know, but I just could not stop thinking about barbecue. I could not stop thinking about brisket. And I really, really needed to recreate that experience for myself and for my loved ones. And then I went and got the only option in Cairo that you can smoke on, which is a Weber kettle.
Oh, cool.
So I went and got wood chips and I got the charcoal, I got the grill, and I went up to the meat case and I asked for a brisket. So this guy was like, what? And then he said like, I'm gonna go ask the head butcher. And the head butcher came out and he goes like, you know what? We actually don't sell brisket. I'm gonna sell it to you, but I'm curious. What are you gonna do with it? Because it's like to them, it's like, why would you ever cook that? And then I told him, well, there's this thing called Texas barbecue, and I'm gonna like put some charcoal and spend 12 hours to cook this brisket. He's like, you're crazy.
Like, what the hell?
So we're gonna start garnishing now. Kind of like distributed evenly.
So cute.
I think that looks beautiful.
That looks really good. Now we're gonna put tahini on it.
Ooh, I'm gonna need a lot of that.
Tahini and brisket is a combo you never knew you needed. And then we're gonna put our cinnamon roasted. These nuts. The sweet and cinnamon.
I can't wait to put your nuts in my mouth.
You should be the one wearing the barbecue freak hat. You're a little freak.
Okay,
Beautiful.
okay.
A little scoop of pomegranates go on the bowl as well.
Oh my god.
So on our pomegranate glazed pork ribs, we do za'atar. So just kind of like
What is za'atar?
Za'atar is a Lebanese spice blend. It's made with oregano, garlic, sesame seed, coriander, cumin.
Well, and
So-
see, this is something you never see in traditional barbecue. It's a green
Oh, no.
spice on
Yes,
top.
Yep. Beautiful. That's it. This is dukka.
Dukka.
Or do'a.
Do'a.
Yeah, do'a is an Egyptian condiment. It is made with toasted nuts that are spiced as well.
Dude, this
Traditionally-
is like the amount of f***ing spices in all of this is insane.
Yes, absolutely. So we garnished any lamb with this.
Okay.
Okay, and then we got our pomegranate barbecue sauce for the sausage
Wonderful.
and for the ribs. A feast of Egyptian
This is gourmet.
Middle Eastern flavors with
The
Texas
variety
barbecue.
of colors and just like the shapes of everything.
Yeah, it's not
Oh my
like your
God.
good old brown and yellow barbecue tray.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
There's so
yeah.
much like life and energy, and it just makes you want to dive in.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's like I'm in my finance career and I'm thinking every day, all day about how can I stop doing this and cook for a living. But again, it's a hard transition and it's a job that is looked down upon in Egypt and Cairo. And like that's the thing I got from my mom, like my family. I know they love me. It's coming from a good
But
place.
they don't understand, and
They
that's
don't
okay.
understand.
Like,
and they're afraid. Most people will walk against the wall because they're afraid of jumping.
exactly.
So they will project that on you.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you shouldn't do that.
Especially
You-
old school people.
Yes.
Because they're like, we worked so hard and we want to make it so that you have a great future.
Yep. So I took a lot of time. I took like a few years, like experimenting, going to other butcher shops and cooking whatever they claimed to be a brisket. And I would host like kind of like supper clubs, and every Saturday night I would come in my house and I would smoke barbecue. Everybody would donate some money, and we just have a good time.
This
And I'll
is-
get to practice.
This is what it's all about. It's like
Yeah.
community,
Yeah.
your passion,
Yeah.
and then now you have all these critics.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, everybody loved it.
Really?
I remember my first brisket was
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask
trash.
you.
It was trash. It went like straight from the oven to the trash. Yeah. I tried. Like it kept getting better. The results kept getting better, and I learned about different techniques. And I would try wrapping in foil. I tried wrapping in paper. I tried putting butter. I putting this and that, and many different flavors. And then it just kept evolving until I was like I was pretty good at it. That was the point when I decided, okay, barbecue is the thing.
Damn.
Yeah, barbecue is what I want to bring to the Egyptian market, because everybody's gonna love it. I've had great feedback from everybody that has tried it.
Now, how do you evolve to like uprooting your life to Texas?
Yeah.
Well, we've been blessed with the presence of Kareem's beautiful girlfriend, Isabel. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having
You
me.
even said this doesn't get old. I mean,
never gets old.
Yeah, this
Ever.
is like insane. I'm like really hesitant to even eat it because it just
It
looks
looks too good.
so amazing. I think I'm gonna start here.
Yeah, we're gonna mess it up right now.
I worked. This is my art.
I know.
You're gonna make
I'm
me
excited
destroy
to
it.
eat it. Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Yeah, you want to get a little bit of everything. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
Holy.
You got a lot of different textures and flavors in here. The nice, sweet, comforting rice.
Oh my God! But it's like, is this even barbecue? You know, it's like, this is like just blowing my mind in so many different levels.
Redefining barbecue.
But it's like, it has every piece of a meal. This is like a full meal
Yep.
in a bowl. This is absolutely phenomenal.
We have a lot of customers come back and they keep staring at the menu for a couple minutes, and they're like, I want to try something else so bad, but I'm gonna go to the rice
Exactly.
bowl again.
Now, how do you evolve to like uprooting your life to Texas?
Yeah. So I took all of my days off and I came here in October 2015, and I chose October because it's my birthday month. I was like, I'm gonna spend my birthday in Texas.
Hell
and
yeah.
go and like out and try barbecue again and like talk to people, talk to pitmasters.
What did people think at your work? Were they like, this guy's crazy?
Yeah. Man, this month was like very, like almost religiously spiritual for me. And I had a list of barbecue joints that I would go to every day. And I had like a long list of like 30 or 40 barbecue
No
joints.
way.
Yeah.
How
And
did
I'll
you
go
even
out-
find out about them?
research, like all on the market. I mean, I've seen every single YouTube video about barbecue, about Austin barbecue,
Wow.
and the scene in Texas. I knew so much. I read books, and that really impressed the people that I worked for. Like how much I knew about barbecue before even being here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would go out every morning. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Franklin. I went to every single barbecue joint you can think of in Austin and in the region. And I basically would go, order a small tray of food, and then go back to the manager or the owner and tell them my story. I was like, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do. Would you hire me? Can I work for you for a few months, and then I'll just take this knowledge and I'll go back to Cairo. The whole month was 100% rejection, like 100%.
No way.
100% no. People wouldn't even like. Sometimes they won't even meet, or sometimes most people that as soon as I say what I'm doing, they're like, no, not interested. Our
serious?
kitchen is full. We're not hiring. We don't need this. But like, you know, it's understandable because at this point, like 2015, the market is on fire. Kind of was actually common in that area or in the era that people would want to learn secrets. So I would understand it. Like pitmasters and owners would be like, no, we don't do that. Like we're gonna come and
Yeah,
steal
because
our
everyone's
knowledge.
like, you know, we're trying to get ahead of the curve and we're closing the door. We
Yes.
can't give out our secrets
Exactly. Yep.
to a freaking Egyptian
Yeah, exactly.
spy.
I'm not gonna compete with you. So all the way at the end, I walked up to Curlin Barbecue, and at this point, I was getting, desperate. I was getting desperate. I really wanted that, and I decided to offer free labor. And I walked up and I was like, "Will you guys teach me? This is my life. This is what I'm doing, and I'm willing to work for free for 3 months or 3 to 6 months." And he was like, "Yeah, we'll do it. Like you." Let us know when you're coming back, and we're open to the idea. And I went back to Cairo. I quit my job, took all my savings, and I'm like, bye everybody. I'll be back in 6 months.
How do you fit your balls into your pants? You're an animal, dude. Oh my God.
So now we're gonna make the OG fusion idea. So this, the bite that I'm gonna make you is the first ever thing that I came up with to fuse Egyptian food and Texas barbecue, okay? So we're gonna make our brisket shawarma. So this is pita bread that we get from a local bakery here.
Oh, cool.
In Egypt, before you get married, you have to make sure that the wife can make bread.
That's what I was gonna say. You can't be an honorary Egyptian without knowing how to make bread.
Here, I've cut your food for you.
So we're gonna do some baladi in here. And then we're gonna top it
This
off
actually reminds me a lot of Mexican food too.
with some tahini sauce.
And the color, yeah. Oh God.
Here you
Dude,
go.
this is
for
like-
you. This is an Egyptian
That felt
taco.
like X-rated watching this.
Yeah, yep,
That's it, man.
that is it. Again, you still get that fresh, crisp baladi in there and the tahini. That's how I say, like, the brisket and the tahini together. I mean, you know, barbecue sauce, honestly. Tahini is so much better. If you've never tried this before, it's life-changing.
It is.
I asked Curlin again when I came back. I was really curious. Why did you say yes? And I asked him, why did you say yes when everybody else said no? He said, you're the only person that showed up in person. Like he said, we get so many calls, so many emails, people wanting to intern and learn, but you're the only person that showed up to the trailer and asked for it.
That's amazing.
So we took it.
You're on this path. All you're hearing is no. Like you are starting to doubt yourself.
Yeah.
You're like, I need to just go back to Egypt with my tail between my legs. My family was right.
Yeah.
I got to tell my job, like, oh, it didn't work out. I didn't even learn anything.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you just need the one yes. And it comes at the very end of the line. Was this
Crazy.
like, how late in the month was this?
It was like the last week. It was like
No
the last couple of days.
way,
Yeah,
man.
it was the last weekend.
It's
actually.
like f***ing fate.
Yeah, it is. Yes. It was an amazing moment. Like, it was like one of these moments I'm just feeling like all the excitement. I'm like,
Oh my
it's happening.
God.
Like somebody said yes. Like I'm actually gonna do this. I'm actually gonna work for a pro that does this, and I'm gonna learn how it's done. And it was a huge moment. And yes, you're right. Like that happening all the way at the end, after all of this rejection. Well, I mean, it was like life.
What is so crazy to me is I'm wondering how many other people are on that path and they give up right before they hit the one yes, because then your whole entire destiny and future has changed.
Yes.
But without that, you could have given up on all of it.
Yes.
But my question to you is, would you have?
I probably wouldn't have. No, I probably wouldn't have. It would have been a lot harder because I would have went back and just figured it out myself.
Yeah, and like
And I was just
started in a barbecue place.
Yeah, just doing what I can.
Right.
Maybe like hiring someone, paying somebody to like teach me how to weld a smoker.
Do you think you were born with this trait of just like, let's say, resilience? Like,
Yes.
like you were born with that,
Yes.
or like?
I think I learned it from my family. Yeah, from my father. My father had MS.
Oh my
and
gosh.
He was a fighter. He was a fighter.
That is such a brutal disease.
Yeah.
Man. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, thank you. You know, sitting on a wheelchair never stopped him from doing every single thing he wanted and enjoying life to the most and to the. He loved beauty. He loved life. He loved food. He loved art. He loved everything that life offers. I miss my dad the most. That the fact that he did not see any of this. He loved. I grew up with him like loving watching Western movies. He loved the Western cowboy culture.
Man.
I really wish my dad was here to see this whole like Texas thing. We garnish our sausage with sun-dried tomatoes and green olives and a little bit of feta cheese. We cook it with sautéed onion, garlic, and celery, and fresh parsley, and salt and white pepper.
That is.
And then we fold in green olives and feta cheese and sun-dried tomatoes.
Yeah, because all you're gonna have offering in a traditional Texas place is like jalapeno and cheese, maybe.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Oh my God.
All right. Now that's the rib.
One of my very favorites, like in general.
I personally
This is your favorite, isn't it?
This is my favorite of all the things, and I always say try it without the barbecue
Yes.
sauce first.
That
Za'atar.
spice that we put on the top?
You get a little bit like herby flavor. It's flavor, man. That's what it is.
Because that's the first thing you taste, but then it like follows up with the regular pork rib.
Yes.
After working for free at Curlin Barbecue for 3 months, Kareem continued his barbecue journey in Austin. He worked at some of the top barbecue joints in town, including Valentina's and Interstellar Barbecue, which was recently named the #2 barbecue restaurant in all of Texas. He did all of this while being a full-time student in culinary school. Kareem is an example of simply not giving up. He took his dream from over literally 7,000 miles away and made it a reality. After years of hard work, Kareem opened the doors to his food truck, KG Barbecue, in Northeast Austin, Texas, in October of 2022.
And how surreal is this?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Your dream, you're living your dream.
Yeah. Yes.
What is your advice to that person that wants to follow their dream and quit their day job?
Is trust yourself. So if you have a vision, if you love something, do it. Trust yourself. Like, this is definitely 100% my advice. This is what kept me going, what kept me. I was like, I had my eye on the prize. I knew this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I believed in it, and I trusted myself that I'm capable of doing it, because I knew it. Like, even though I got discouraged and I got many different other opinions, opposing opinions about what I'm doing, but I still knew that's what I want. Like, I'm gonna chase this. I'm gonna chase what I want because I see it and I see myself in it. I was like, you know what? I cannot live with the regret of this. This is something I've thought about for way too long. It's been sitting in my head, in my body for way too long. If I don't do this, I will regret this for the rest of my life.
All right, I have one last thing that I want to pull from you. After this whole journey, working in your own truck, everything you put in, what have you learned about yourself?
Oh man, that's a great question. I learned that I can do anything I put my mind to. Anything, yeah. I mean, I really had the plans that, like I said, the plans that I had really changed throughout the entire 7 years that I've been here. I also learned that I can fit well in a new environment.
Yes.
I also learned how much I love Texas.
I love that.
And its culture, and its people, and its food. I feel like Texas and Austin, it feels like home, actually. It feels like
wonderful,
home to
man.
me. Yeah.
Dude, I can't even begin to like reminisce on all the things I've learned from you and just how much respect I have for you. And like,
Thank you, John.
dude, you are headed toward the freaking like tip top of existence, man.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see what's in store for you.
Thank you so
And
much.
I think this is the start of a really good friendship, man.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you
I
so much
totally
for taking
agree.
time out of your day.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for thinking of me and featuring me in your beautiful
Absolutely,
show.
man.
Thank you, John.